Hi guys, good evening. You guys are able to see my screen and able to hear me? Yeah, Nidhi, Ankit, you guys are able to see my screen and able to hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine. All right. Fine, guys. In last class, what we discussed was, I mean, I'm not talking about the class wherein I had taken SVN client, okay? That is not very much important, SVN client. Uh, right now it is not very much important, but I'll upload that particular recordings. Okay, so but before that, we had started off with what is a local variable and what is a global variable in Java. Okay, and anything which is inside a method, any variable which is declared inside a method, it's called a local variable, and anything which is outside a method is called as a global variable. That is what we have seen, guys. Now we will be learning more about local variables and global variables in today's class. Okay, and then we will start off with something called as objects in Java. Okay, and that is where your actual Java starts, guys. Okay, when I say objects in Java, that is where your actual Java starts. All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here. All right, now I have created a new package. As of now, understand, package is nothing but a folder. Okay, that is what we have seen. What is a package is nothing but the folder. If I create a package not named com.merc.c.local variable, it will create a folder called com. Inside that it will create a folder called merc. Inside that it will create one more folder called local global var. Okay, so that is the thing. Now in yesterday's class, in last class we have seen what is local variable and what is global variable. Okay, and this was our main method. I'll just delete everything, and I'll delete this one as well. Now say I want to print this country. I can say SYSOUT, that is system.out.println, and I need to just print the variable. Okay, and it will in turn print, if I say, it will gonna print me India onto the console. That's because I'm trying to print the global variable country. And we have also discussed that if at all I have something like string country is equal to USA. Now there is a local variable. This is a local variable, and this is the global variable. Okay. Now the preference will go to the local variable. That is what we have seen. The preference will go to the local variable. Now if I directly print, it will, sorry, preference will go to the local variable. Okay, so that is the reason it is printing USA right here. Okay, it is printing USA. And one more thing I don't want you to worry is, in case of global variable, I have said something called as public static something. Okay, But in case of local variable, I have not written anything like that. So as of now, don't worry why I'm doing it. Okay. Now we have seen what is local variable and the global variable. Okay. One more thing I want you guys to know is, for example, I'm declaring a global variable, local variable string roll number. Okay. It is just declaration. I have not initialized it, guys. Okay. I have not initialized roll number to any value. So the question is, can I use local variable without initializing? This is the question. I mean to say, if I say something like this, system.out.println, and if I give roll number, it is giving you the compilation error. What is that error? The error is the local variable roll number may not have been initialized. It means that you have to initialize local variable before using it. Any doubt, guys? Okay. So the local variable has to be initialized before using it. So I have to do something like this. Roll number is equal to 44, something like that. Now the error will go. Okay. Sorry, not string. I wanted to do its int. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So the idea to understand is I have declared the local variable here. Okay. You can see the declaration. I have declared it here. But if I don't have this, then it will gonna give me an error. Okay. Say I am removing this. It's gonna give me an error because local variable has to be initialized before using it. Okay. Now if I put this, the error goes, guys. Okay. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But consider there is a global variable called role. Consider there is a global variable called role. Can I use it? So I'll ask the same thing here. Can I use global variable without initializing? The answer is yes. Okay, we can use. Say role I have not initialized any. I have just declared it. I am not initialized it. SYSOUT. If I say role, there is no error. What it will print? It will print. It will gonna print 0, guys. Okay, it will gonna print 0. But it doesn't give you any compilation error. But if I uncomment, if I comment this line, see, it is giving you the compilation error. Any doubt, guys? Any one of you? Are you guys are able to understand what is local variable, what is global variable? Any doubt? No? Okay, fine, guys. Now, one of the important thing to understand here is, see, so far whatever we have learned, it was like whatever we had learned, say class example 1. Okay, and the class starts here and say class ends here. Whatever so far we have learned writing writing everything inside one class. We have not seen, for example, whatever we have done, that say we had created a method here, say main method here, main method something like this, public static void main. Okay, we had created a main method, but and it say main method ends here. Say there is a method called as greet method. Okay, greet method, and greet method ends here, say public static. Okay, now we had done something like this here, greet. We are calling the greet method here. Okay, and say greet method does something like this, that is system.out.println hi good morning. This is what your greet method does, hi good morning. But important thing to understand is, whatever we have done so far, we have written all the codes inside a class, and it's like it was all about one class. We might have one more method here, but we have written everything inside one class. But so far we have not seen, say for example, there is one more class similar like this. This is example one class. Similarly, say I have one more class. Say this is one of the class. Okay, one of the class, and I have written my code inside this class. Okay, okay, this is fine. But in the same way, this is one class. Okay, and starts here. This is one class. Similarly, you might have one more class somewhere. Okay, similarly you might have one more class somewhere here. Okay, and that class might have a method, say public static void find square root. Okay, there is a method called as square root. Okay, and this class name is say example 2. Okay, example 2. Okay, so this is one more class. Okay, and you have written some code here. In this method you have written some code. Now I want to call this, I want to make use of this particular thing, find square root method, somewhere I want to call from another class. These kinds of things we have not seen, guys. What it means, inter-class communication. Okay, we have not seen how one class can call another class. That we have not seen. Okay, and when we go for objects in Java, we will be most importantly seeing this inter-class communication. Okay, how a class can make use of another class. Okay, means I will, instead of greet, I might write something like this here. Instead of greet, say this is also not there. Okay, say this is one class. Okay, I want to call this find square root method. Okay, I might do something like this here. example 2 dot, that is the class name, the other class name, dot find square root. Okay, this one always doesn't work, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, okay, what next is we will be trying to see how one class can start make use of another class. Okay, that is what we'll be seeing. Okay, now before you can learn about how a class can call another class, you have to know what are objects, guys. What are objects in Java? Okay, what are objects in Java? We will start off with some of the basic concepts of objects. Okay, basic concepts of objects, and I will create a new package and I will say the objects example, and I will say dog. Okay, see, I have a package. Okay, package is nothing but a folder, and I have a class called dog class. Okay, I have a dog class called dog class. Okay, and when you are learning objects, whatever we have learned in local variable and global variable, those things are very important, guys. Okay, now this is the question for you guys, to both of you. Okay, Shivam is not able to make it today, I believe. If I say string age, sorry, int age, string name. Okay, now can one of you or any one of you can tell me, even you can ping me, okay, if you want, whether age and name, there are two variables, whether these variables are local variable or global variable.
Global variable.
Okay, yes, these are definitely the global variables, guys. Okay, that's because these variables are, I have not declared inside any method. That is the important thing to know. Okay, I have not declared these variables inside any method. Okay, fine. Okay, now I will say public static void there is a method called as make sound. Okay, there is a method called as make sound. And what it will do is, it will do something like, it will just print bow bow on the console. Okay, this is what, just imagine. Okay, now if you look at this class has two global variables, that is age and name, and it has one method called as make sound. Okay, make sound. Now what you need to understand here is, okay, what you need to understand here is, they normally say They normally say, this is what they say in the industry, okay? Class is a blueprint of an object. Class is a blueprint of an object. That is what they say. Why they say so, we will be able to see. Okay, we'll be able to see in a while, guys. Okay, now two global variables are there and one method is there. Okay, now I'll create one more class. Okay, one more class here, and I will say this as dog factory. Dog factory. Okay, so I have two different classes. One is a dog class and second class is dog factory class. Okay, a dog class and the dog factory class. Now say you are developing one application. Okay, you are developing an application. Okay, and as of now just ignore this method alone. Okay, ignore this method. Okay, ignore this, or else I'll comment it. Okay, comment it. Now consider you are developing one application. Okay, and it is like this. Some application kind of like you're creating an application wherein you're creating an application for pet clinic. Okay, pet clinic wherein you can take your dog and have something. Okay, so in that pet clinic application, say there might be, it's an online application. Okay, and there might be a form like this wherein dog owners can go ahead and fill the form. Okay, what they can do is they can in the place of age, they can fill up age, say 10. Okay, dog's age, and dog might have some name. Okay, ABC. Okay, some name, and there will be a submit button. That will be a submit button. Okay, now what happens is, okay, and there might be other fields also, but we will take the simplest of the things. Okay, only age. This is the age field, and this is name field. In real time, what happens is when someone fills this form, and when someone fills some number here and some name here, and when he clicks on submit, behind the scene, when I'm talking about the Java web developer, what they do is they will create the object of this class called dog class. The object of this class called dog class. How they create object is very simple, guys. If you want to create the object of any class in Java, you have to say new of that particular class dog, and you have to do this close braces, opening braces and close braces. That's it. This is how you create object in Java. Okay, now I said this is what they do in the back end. Okay, Now I have also told you that there was a form like this, okay, and in that form this is the age box, this is the name box, and this is the submit button, correct? This is what I had told you guys. This is the submit button, okay. I said first thing that they do is they will create the objects in Java, okay, and say in the age field you had put 9, okay, 9 here. This 9, they will be this value of 9, whatever you entered here, they will be assigning it to this variable called age variable. And if you enter some name here, say your name, say ABC, this ABC will be assigned to the name variable, okay. This is what they do, guys. Now how to do that in Java, that is what we'll be learning, okay. How to assign, how to create object, we have seen this will be the way we can create the object, okay. Now next we want to learn is how to assign these values, this 9 to age and ABC to name variable. That is what we'll be learning, guys. Now before I can tell you about these things, I have to tell you how this thing gets created, guys, okay. How this, when you say new of dog, what exactly happens, okay. Now in your JVM, okay, in your JVM there will be a memory called as heap memory, guys, okay. In the Java virtual machine there will be a part of memory called heap memory, and you will gonna see this when you say new of dog. Say the memory is nothing but, you know, some block of memory. Say it starts with memory address 1001, 1002, 1003, like that it goes, 1004, okay, like that it goes, okay. Now what happens is when you say new of dog, some memory will be allocated to your object, guys, okay. Some memory will be allocated to your object, okay. Say they might allocate 4 bytes of memory, okay, 4 bytes of memory for your object when you say new of dog. And how many bytes will be allocated will completely depend on number of global variables it has. It will completely depend on number of global variables it has, okay. So when you say new of dog, your Java virtual machine will allocate some memory to your object. That is what you need to understand, guys, okay. So what I'm saying is when you say new of dog, your Java virtual machine will simply allocate some memory for that object, okay. And how much memory will be allocated will completely dependent on number of global variables it has, If it has only 2 global variables, say less memory. If it has 4 global variables, memory allocated will be more. Okay, that is what you need to understand, guys. Any doubts here so far? Feel free, guys. No?
Can you please explain it again?
Yes, sure, sure. Okay, sure. Now, see, give me 1 minute, guys. Say I have this particular class, okay, a dog class which has only two global variables, okay, and I have one more class called as dog factory, and it has the main method. Okay, in the main method of the dog factory, what I'm saying new of dog. Now what happens is, as soon as I say new of dog, as soon as I say new of dog, an object gets created, guys. An object gets created in what memory? In a memory called heap memory area. Okay, heap memory area, an object gets created. Okay, and what you can say is, say this is your heap memory area. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, now say heap memory area, say starts at 1001. Okay, and it goes to 1000, 1002, 1003. Okay, say consider it keeps on going like this. Okay, it's an infinite memory. Okay, not actually infinite. Say starts at 1001. Okay, and this is all your heap memory. Okay, and it is completely empty. Okay, first time when you do this new of dog, what happens is your Java virtual machines allocates some memory for your object. Say it is allocating first 4 bytes to your object. Okay, now if you say here, after that if you say string name or string country is equal to India. Okay, now when your Java virtual machine executes the second line, it will not use any of these memory, because this memory is allocated for your object which is created on line number 7. So instead, when you, if at all it creates something like this, it will write this India somewhere over here, again if you say string college name is equal to IIT, it will write this IIT next available block. Okay, but you need to understand that one thing, this one is allocated for the object, new object. And this particular thing is allocated for country variable. This one, this part 1006 is allocated for college name variable. Okay, so each and everything gets a separate memory location. Now you guys might be wondering, since say 100, here I have written India because I'm saying India. Here I'm saying IIT because IIT. What will be written in this place? Correct, guys? You guys might be wondering what will be written in this highlighted place. That we will see. But understand, whenever you see, say, create an object of any class, some memory will be allocated, and that memory will be only be used for that particular object. Okay, that particular object. Let me know, guys, any doubt, because this is little confusing. When it comes to object, it becomes little confusing, at least at the beginning. No doubt. Okay, understand, any declaration or anything that you create, it allocates some memory for that particular object. Say for country variable, it is allocating this particular 1005. For college name, it is allocating 1006. Whether this is a byte or a bit or octet, don't worry. Okay, just say one memory location. Okay, just understand like this. Now, normally people will not create object like this. What they will do is they will create the object, but they will say dog. Okay, instead of that, I'll say what they will do is, first, before creating the object, they will say dog d1, and then they will say d1 is equal to new of dog. And this is how we normally create the objects in Java. It is the same thing. You can imagine it in this way. You say string country, you will say, and then you will say country is equal to India. How you do this one, string, in the same way you can do here as well. And this is how you will say d1 is a dog object, because you are creating the object of dog class and storing it there, guys. d1 is a dog object. Now here what you need to understand is, I said this is heap area, correct? This is heap memory area, object gets created. Okay, outside the heap area, okay, you will have this d1. There will be something called as d1, and I said this particular object starts at 1001 and it goes till 1004. So first memory location, the first memory location, say this is at memory location what, 1001, correct? And it occupies from 1001 till 1004. Okay, it occupies completely 4 memory location. What is the first memory location is 1001, correct? So D1 will have this particular memory location, guys. 1001. This is what you need to understand about object. What I said, new of dog will create an object in your memory. But when you say D1 is equal to new of dog, actually what happens is D1 will have the first memory location of that particular object. This is what your Java virtual machine does. Okay, that is the reason if you say here SYSOUT, and if I print D1, it will actually print the memory location. If you see that, first is all about whatever you see till here, it's all about the package name and the class name, but concentrate this one 15 db9742. When you run this program, your Java compiler creates an object at this memory location. What is that memory location? This particular memory location, and it might create that object from, say, this is the memory location, sorry, okay, like that. It might occupy around 4 or 5 memory location depending on how many global variables that particular object needs. It might occupy 4 or 5 memory location, but D1 will have the first memory location of that particular object. And this is how we're gonna create objects in Java, guys. Objects of any class. And like that, you can create hundreds of objects. Say, you can say dog D2 is equal to new of dog. And you can say SYSOUT D2. If you see, here, I'm printing here D1 and D2. You will see two different memory locations here, guys. When I print it, you're gonna see two different memory locations. Okay. See, its memory location is 15db9742, and this memory location is 6d06, some other memory location. So two actually objects gets created, guys. Any doubt so far? How to create object of any class? No? Okay. Now say I want first I have created the dog object D1. I want, I'll say here, okay, D1. Okay, there are two objects I said, D1 and D2, correct? You can write it in this line one line like this, or else you can split it in two lines. Okay, anything is fine, guys. Same like how do you declare a variable? First you declare, and then next line you can initialize it. Same way, or else you can do the declaration and initialization on the same line. Anything is fine. Say you want to say that first dog. Now first dog, before I can tell you about that, first dog has this particular color, I want to show you something. Okay, I'll say SYSOUT end of the program. End of the program. Okay. I will show you a debug view, guys. Okay. Debug view. Okay. Now, if you see here, concentrate here, guys. Okay. I want you to understand the objects properly. Okay. As soon as I execute line number 8, you will gonna see an object, D1 object here. Okay. I'm executing line number 8 now. See, D1 object is there. If I click on D1 object, this is the memory location, guys. Okay. Now, if I expand the D1 object, it has two things. One is age and name, global variables. Okay. And age is initialized to 0, name is initialized to null. Okay. Now I am just printing it. I'm executing line number 9. Now I'm creating D2 object, and you will gonna see one more object getting created in the memory as soon as I execute line number 12. Okay. You guys, I'm executing it now. See, one more object got created, D2, and it is at some other memory location. And if I expand, this also has age of 0 and name as null. Okay. This is what you need to understand. If I click on D1, it is at this memory location. If I click on D2, it is at some other memory location. So,
Wish,
yes,
we
go
have
ahead.
one thing. Under the value column, I can see proc like ID equals 32, and for D1 and for D2 as well. So what is this ID?
ID, well, ID, it's nothing to do with the Java as such. Okay, it is used by your Eclipse for some internal purpose. Okay, ID has no meaning for us as a Java developers. So ID, as of now, you can ignore. Where you can easily ignore. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Anything else, guys? No? Okay. See, I want you to guys want to concentrate on one thing. D1 is at some memory location. Because I clicked on D1 here. If I click on D2, it is in some other memory location. Okay. And it might say it is D1 is at what 15099. Okay. From it might occupy 5 memory location, 4 or 5, depending on you know how many global variables we have. Okay, if at all we have 10 global variables, it might occupy a lot of memory. If at all we have only 2, it might occupy less. Okay, so that you have to understand.
Vishal,
Yes, go ahead.
Vishal, one thing, a
Hmm?
small question like why we need to use objects?
Yes, this is the most important thing. Okay, now why do we need to do create object is, now I said what, I said I had given you something like this, a form. Okay, there is something called as a pet clinic. Okay, pet clinic, and it has some kind of form. You can fill up a form, and then you can click on a submit button. Okay, at the end you can click on the submit button, and here you can print the age. Okay, age, say this is a form. Okay, and this is what, name. Okay, name. Okay, and say this is a text box, this is a text box. When you click on submit button, right, what happens is they will create an object like this. d1 object, dog d1 object. Okay, and they will assign this, whatever you filled name as 12, they will assign it to age thing. Right now if you see, age is 0 for d1 also, age is 0 for d2 also. Name is something says null here, and here also name is null. So both objects has same properties, same values. Okay, but you will gonna see how to change it. Okay, that is what is my next thing. But normally this is, these kinds of things only they will be using the objects. Okay, if you ask me in a pure sense. Okay, but there is, it is not just limited to this, we will be using it in other sense also. Okay, when we use it in our Selenium, okay, we will be using it not always to initialize or pass value. We will be using it for some other purpose, but as of now understand. Okay, this is one of the way. Okay, and developers normally use it. Okay, when you are a Java web developers, this is what they do. When someone clicks on submit button, right, when someone clicks on submit button, they will call a method. The method will do what, it will create a dog object, and it will initialize the age, whatever you have entered. They will put it to age property. Age equal to, if at all you had said 19, it will print 19. Name equals to, if you say Vishal, they will say Vishal here. Okay, so how to do that, we will not be learning as such the web development, but in case of how to actually assign some value to the name property, we will see that, guys. Okay, now itself will be see that. Okay, now again you might ask me, like, is there is no other way to save someone if someone enters the username and the password using Java? Always we have to use the uh, create the object of the dog? No, it's not really necessary, guys. Okay, it's not really that, it's not compulsory that you always have to create the dog object and then you have to do that. But by doing this, it is very, very easy. Okay, by if at all you create the object of the dog class, it becomes easy. Why it becomes easy, we will see in the later tutorials, guys. Okay, but understand, one of the easiest use is, okay, when someone enters something in the form data, and when someone clicks on submit, your Java developers will gonna create the dog object and say you had entered. Now let me stop this. Say you had entered dog's name as ABC. Okay, how can you assign name as ABC for this d1? All you need to do is d1 dot name ABC. That's it, guys. Okay, now it's, if you enter the age as d1 dot age is equal to 2. That's it. Now if I show you guys the debug view. Okay, debugging I'll teach you guys, don't be worried at this point of time. If you see on the variables tab here on the right here, okay, I'm executing line number 8 now. See, an object got created at this particular memory location. Age is 0, name is 0. Okay, now understand this, I'm executing line number 9. What line number 9 will do, it will change name from null to ABC. Okay, let's see whether it does it. See, it changed it into ABC. Now in the same way, if I execute line number 10, it will change the age from 0 to 2. See, it, it got changed from 0 to 2. So what you learned in line number 9 and 10 is how to change the global values of the global variable of any object. And these global variables are also called object properties. Object properties. Okay. Now D1 object is there. It has two property, age and name. Value of the age property is 2. Value of the name property is ABC. D2 object, we are not initializing anything, so it will be default value 0 and null. But if you want to change the D2 to something else, say D2 dot name is equal to XYZ, D2 dot age is equal to 55. Okay, and I'll rerun this class, terminate, debug as Java application. I'm creating dog object, D1 object, age is 0, name is null. I'm executing line number 9, name I'm changing, line number 10, age I'm changing. I'm printing it. After that, printing the object itself, it will gonna print the memory address, because I said what I said. This D1, when you say something like this, D1 will have the first memory location of that particular object, 1001. Okay, this is what I have told. That is the reason you see when you print D1, it actually prints the memory, first memory location, guys. Okay, same way if you say, I'm saying I'm executing line number 14, see, it created one more object, age is 0, name is null. Now the second object, name I'm changing it to ABC, age I'm changing it to 55. I'm printing the second object D2. It will basically print me the memory address. Okay, at last I'm printing end of the program. Any doubt, guys, how to create objects and how to change its properties? Global variables of any objects are also called properties of the object. Global variables of any class are also called properties of the object, or class properties. Now there is something called as descriptive programming and object oriented programming. Okay, that time you will know why we are creating the objects. For definitely you will know when I compare you. If I tell you what is object oriented programming, you might not understand at this point of time, but later on there will be a time when I'll be telling you why we learned object oriented programming, and I will give you a comparison between descriptive programming. If at all I do the same thing using descriptive programming, what will happen, and if at all I do the same thing using object oriented programming, what will happen. And Java is designed to write programs in object oriented manner, but it is not that you can also write the descriptive programming. Okay, but it is not very much helpful, guys. Java is designed in a way that we can write object-oriented programming. Okay, and I will, using Java, I will show you the descriptive programming also and object-oriented programming also. That is when you will know for sure why we normally go for object-oriented programming, or why do we normally create the object. What is actual benefit? Okay, but at this point of time, understand how to create the object and how to initialize the properties of an object. Any doubt, guys? If there is no doubt, that's it for today, guys. No doubt? Okay. Okay. And understand one more thing here. This dog factory class we have written just to check.
Thank, thank you, John. Bye.
I'm sorry. Yes, Nidhi. What you said?
Yeah, but yeah, I still I don't have any problem. I mean everything is clear from the question.
You're no doubt you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Fine then, yeah. Okay. That's it. That's it for today. Okay. We'll see in tomorrow's class. Okay. Remaining things.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.